Yeah, lovely. Thanks very much. Hi, Michael. Okay?
Hi, Gareth. You right, mate?
I'm okay. Thanks very much. Yeah. Well, I suppose first question is an obvious one, really, about starting off in the league. How excited are you? How sort of much are you looking forward to it?
Well, it's good to be back, isn't it? The regular football season, the league, it's what it's all about. And yeah, it's been a long layoff since the last league game, and it's good to be up and running. So yeah, it's a positive.
I mean, is it a bit of a sense of frustration, after last season? Because I remember you mentioned last season, didn't you, that obviously with the season being curtailed, you might have been able to push on and challenge for a place in the playoffs. Is it like a sense of unfinished business, if you like?
No, not really. You have time to reflect, and you look back over the season. We had too many injuries. It weakened us in a lot of the games, and it's something that we can't afford to do. We need everybody fit. We need everybody playing well, and hopefully we manage to do that this season.
Yeah. What are the ambitions for this season? Have you set yourselves a target? I mean, is the playoffs a realistic target?
I want to start well.
Yeah. I mean, you're starting obviously with a game against Newport. Sorry, I think I might have lost you there, Michael. Sorry.
I'm back.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Is the playoffs a realistic target?
You have to see how the season goes, how we pan out. But I'm going to be playing every game to win. That's for sure. That's what we always do here. Look, targets we always keep to ourselves. Boys know what we expect. But yeah, let's get off to a good start first and foremost.
You mentioned the squad. Obviously, you've strengthened the squad a lot. You brought, I think, 7 players in. And you mentioned that maybe the possibility of bringing more in. Is there any update on that?
Not at the moment, no. Obviously, we got until the 5th of October. We got 1 or 2 coming back very soon. So yeah, we'll have to readdress it. But I know the areas we need. So I'm willing to be patient if the right one comes along as well.
Yeah. Can you say what areas you're hoping to strengthen?
No. There's no point. There's no point me saying that because it can all change if we go and get two injuries on Saturday. It can all change. So no, it's no point in saying.
No, it must be frustrating. Talking of injuries, I remember you said the other night, didn't you, that David Long-King is out now for a while because of, I think it was an injury in training. Is there any sort of, is there more detail on that at all?
You're probably better off speaking to the physio because you know how to explain it. I wasn't being funny with Chris on Tuesday night. I can tell you it's in the groin area. I'm up to date with it, but if you want to know the ins and outs of the injury, you're better off speaking to the physio because he could put you down the right path. There's a lot of terminology and differences to what I'll say, so I don't want to be saying the wrong thing. And I'm sure that the physio would be more than happy to take questions or, update everybody when needs be.
Yeah, fair enough. Do we know, though, how long he's likely to be out for?
Well, like I said, again, I don't want to put a big time frame or an exact time frame on it, but it just depends how he reacts the first 4 to 6 weeks. But it's probably looking at double that. We're probably looking more about 12 weeks.
Oh gosh, that's obviously very bad news. On a brighter note, looking back on Tuesday night, Sonny Lewis, only 15, youngest ever player to play for the club. I mean, in terms of yourself, Michael, because obviously you worked with the academy, that must be particularly pleasing for you that somebody's come on that well, that they can make their first team debut at that young age.
Yeah, I had him in training with us last year when he was 14. Wasn't allowed to be involved. I would have involved him last year at 14, if I'm totally honest, in a couple of the leasing.com games. But yeah, he's somebody who I thought could handle it. And he didn't prove me wrong. So it's a credit to him, and I'm really delighted for him.
Yeah, it's great. Is it the case, though, maybe of managing him, carefully now in terms of where you use him? It's probably going to be more cup games than anything else.
Yeah, of course. And it's not as easy as it sounds, right? Let's pick a 15-year-old week in, week out. You've got to make sure everything's right from a welfare point of view. You've got to speak to the school, the parents, he'll need to change on his own. He'll need his own room. It's a lot of things to take into consideration, and it's the world we live in these days that everything is done with red tape, and we got to abide by the rules. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's not going to be travelling to Scunthorpe with you.
Good assumption.
At the other end of the scale, you've got Kevin Ellison, 41. I think he's older than you, isn't he, Michael? Is he likely to be involved this weekend?
Possibly. We'll have a little think about it. But again, he's not one I'm going to rush. So I'll make a decision late Saturday.
And you mentioned, the strange times we're living in, COVID-19. I just wonder how that's, affecting you as a club. How are you finding that? Because, there's so many restrictions that are on everything in terms of your preparations.
Yeah, of course it is. We've had to do a tapered down pre-season, to abide by the rules. We've had to conform with all the procedures, the testings, which is fine, because at least that everybody's safe and trying their best to keep healthy. But the big thing is obviously still no fans. It's even though we've had 2 games already, I am really enjoyed them because of the atmosphere, and that's not because we lost Tuesday, because I didn't enjoy Saturday when we won for the same reason. So it's going to take a bit of getting used to, but to be fair to the players, they've just got on with it and taken it in their stride.
Yeah, but you appreciate, of course, the practicalities that if it's unsafe, obviously there's no way fans can be allowed back, is there?
Oh, of course not. Listen, I understand the reasoning why and everything, but it's the atmosphere is made by the fans, and obviously they're a massive part of football. So we need to get on with it and do what we need to do. But that's not to say that we don't feel they're non-present. It's different.
Yeah, absolutely. Just finally, from me, Michael, I noticed on the club website and on the Twitter account that the club is supporting World Suicide Prevention Day, and I just wonder, you as the manager, how you feel about that and the importance of the cause, really.
I think it's massively important. The club are always trying to do the right thing in the community, in schools, local area, and I think as footballers and managers, we got a responsibility to try and go that above and beyond, and make sure people, if they are down, that we can be there to just to listen, really. If we notice anything happening with our players, we need to be on the ball, so we can almost know the signs. Not everybody will give you any signs, because they're in deep depression, and it's sad that people get that low in life. And look, if we can help somebody, then I'm sure we've done a very good thing. And that's what all we can do as a football club and as a team and as a management staff.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time. I'll let other people ask questions now.
Thank you, Gareth.
Mike, I got rid of your answer to my question about Liam Shepherd the other day, but I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about the quality that he's going to bring for you and how pleased you're having him in.
I'm really pleased. He's full of energy. He's good on the ball. And like I said, he's played for a couple of good clubs as well already. So he's somebody that I couldn't turn down, really, if I'm totally honest, because I've always liked him, I've always rated him, and I'm glad that I've got him.
And has he got the sort of quality that you're looking for?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have signed him otherwise.
No, but sometimes you don't get quite that sort of quality at this level, do you?
No, and listen, I've let's say we've got a very good deal in how we've got Liam.
Yeah. And the other point on that question was about the family connection. You played with Gary's father, didn't you?
Yep, played with Gary and managed Corey in the academy. So yeah, it's it's a real family affair, so they say.
Yeah, and that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. But I think we've had it a couple of times where you look now, we've got Lewis Collins and Aaron Collins have both played for the club. So it's not as unusual as you think.
Yeah, yeah. And the question I did ask you, and I can't remember the answer, you might change it now, was who's the best player of the three?
Liam.
Definitely. Definitely, okay. Gary's going to become chasing it. So just to go back to the fans, will you be casting an eye to the Cambridge United experiment where they had fans in for their Football League trophy? They're having, I think, 2,000 this weekend. If that goes well, maybe there's the chance.
Yeah, well, listen, the rules are changing all the time. England have gone back to no more than 6 people after this weekend. I know it's not affecting certain sporting events, but look, let's see how it goes. Let's play it by ear, and hopefully it all goes well. Everybody behaves, and we can get people into Rodney Parade as soon as possible.
You've bemoaned the lack of target practice in the build-up and some of the shots that went wild. Looking at the last 4 seasons, your goal return hasn't quite been as good as it should have been. I think the best you are is parity in terms of goal difference. How are you going to change that?
Well, it depends, doesn't it? If you get into the playoff final, you need to change things, then we've got a lot to look at. We all want to score more. We've always had a very good defensive record. And that's why we've got the options we have this season. We want to score more goals. Nobody goes to miss it. Nobody misses a chance on purpose. So hopefully we can be more clinical this season.
Yeah. And Tristan starting with 2 goals, is he going to be going on one of those goal streaks, do you think?
I hope so. Yeah. It's what every striker wants to do. They want to build their confidence, especially at the beginning of the season. They want to get the goals early, get them in, and then it gives you a good platform to continue for the rest of the season, doesn't it? So, a confident striker is always a handy one.
And time for him to deliver?
Yeah, he's growing up now. He's enjoying his football. He's looking really sharp, and hopefully he can continue that.
Great, thank you.
Cheers, Rob.
Like on that point, I guess you've got some tough decisions up front, haven't you? After sort of bringing bringing Ryan Taylor in and Podge on Tuesday, and after the game, so it's tough calls.
Yeah, it is. But I'd much rather have those calls than having my hand forced into who I can play. So yeah, it's good decisions. It's what I get paid to do. And look, whoever's selected needs to keep onto their shirt.
Have you decided yet, or are you and the other coaches still to thrash out your starting 11?
We'll have a chat.
Yeah.
We'll have a chat about it.
I guess we saw on Tuesday, especially, the importance and balance of your squad, because you've got sort of the older players on Podge and then Ryan Taylor as well, but the youth, that's a key thing throughout the season, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think we got a good balance. Listen, it's going to be even harder this season with all the games crammed in, and you need to keep everybody fresh. So, like I said after the Swansea game that, I'm totally honest, we treat them both as pre-season games, extended pre-season games, sorry. And, we were just concentrating on the fitness, the performance, and coming through injury-free. And look, we're down to the nitty-gritty now when people are playing for their places. So, it's down to the players now.
Be pleased as well although it was 2 different teams effectively, by using 2 different sort of shapes of the team as well, give you options throughout the whole.
Yeah, it does. It gives us options. Like I said, there was a lot of positives from Tuesday. We played some good stuff. We created good opportunities. One lapse in concentration, and we conceded. So yeah, there's a lot more positives from Tuesday than negatives. Put it that way.
On the sort of coronavirus front, I suppose this is your first long away trip. So how's that logistics of that? How's that changed?
Well, we've got to try and be as professional as we can. I'll keep onto the board about more overnight trips. So we've managed to get this. I know Kev's here watching, so he can go and report this back. Look, we've all had to cut our cloth accordingly, and we make adjustments to, to be the best we can, prepare the best we can, and also to fit in with the financial restraints.
Is it different though to say Scunthorpe last year in terms of how you've had to do things? Or?
No, it's still 4 hours away.
Yeah.
It's we'll be going overnight. So yeah, like I said, we want to give them the best possible chance to start the season well, and no excuses.
Cheers.
Are you going up in cars or a bus, Mike?
Bus.
You are, right, okay. You're allowed to do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many diesel receipts going into the club if we all went in the cars.
It's 60p a mile these days too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. All okay?
Hi, Mike. I wanted to ask a few questions about how you're approaching this season. So we've seen you develop as a manager over the last year. What's the difference between the start of last season in terms of your management style and technique to this season? What have you changed?
What have I changed? I've got more experience. I'm a lot more confident. I know the league and the players a lot more. It's all going in the right direction. Don't have to change too much. I think we've been fairly successful over the last 3.5 years, and the club's improved. You always get told if you can leave a club in a better position when you go than when you arrived, you've done a good job, and that's what I'm trying to do on and off the pitch.
So with delegation of duties, has that changed, notably with Lenny departing as well? Does that make any difference to your role or the role around you? So how do you compensate for that?
No, Lenny was only in 1 day a week. So no, the roles, we've all had to go above and beyond anyway, with a short staff. So yeah, everybody knows their jobs. They're a good group. They work hard, and we get on with it.
So what's your key message to the boys this season? What are you firing them up with?
I'll keep that to myself.